Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to Epicapig 101. Before I begin the video, I would like to say that this build is in collaboration with over 20 other T-Fuls. If you've been active in the LEGO community lately, you might have noticed all these Christmas MOCs popping up from different builders for the LEGO Advent Calendar Collab. Basically, every day of December until Christmas Day, which is today, a LEGO MOC from a popular Christmas movie was uploaded to YouTube or posted on Instagram. It was a super fun collab, and I got the honor of being able to upload the final part. If you want to check out everyone who was a part of the collaboration and see all of the builds they made, I'll leave some links to all their channels down below, as well as a link to a playlist that features all of the MOCs. Anyways, without further ado, I'm incredibly proud to present my part for this collab. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Polar Express. If you guys haven't seen it, The Polar Express is a Christmas movie in which this train abducts about 30 children and takes them to the North Pole, and Tom Hanks voices almost every character. It's a very good movie. I give it an 8.5 out of 10 on the Epicapigometer. I decided to build the train from this film because I thought it would be a pretty cool way to end the collab. I'm also going to make a second video on this build like I did with my Harry Potter MOC a couple months ago, where I go into a bit more depth on how I actually built it and all the techniques I used and stuff like that, so stay tuned for that coming out soon. Now let's get into the actual MOC, and let's start out with the custom minifigures. So you've got the main character and his golden ticket, whose name, according to Google, is Hero Boy. They didn't come up with a name for him or for the girl. The only kid they chose to name was Billy. Anyways, here is Hero Girl, which is the name for the girl. Billy, who kind of looks like a youngling from Star Wars. The conductor, of course. The, I quote, know-it-all kid. And the hobo who has his drink. Overall, I am really happy with how these guys turned out. For the Locomotive, I looked up pictures of the train online and tried to build it as accurately as I could. I wanted the entire train to be near minifigure scale, and that's why I didn't use these train wheels that LEGO actually produces. I mean, they were great for sets, but for what I was going for, I needed something a bit bigger. So I actually ended up making these custom LEGO wheels, which I made by attaching some slow pieces to headlight bricks in a symmetrical circle. I also included some smaller wheels at the front and back and put some light gray plates on their sides to mimic the wheel guards. At the front of the Locomotive is the cow catcher, which once again, according to Google, is the piece that catches all of the debris that flies towards the front of the train. I made it by attaching some rods in different sizes to a 1x10 plate. Along the side of the Locomotive is a staircase that leads into a pathway which goes from the area where you steer to the front of the train, where in one part of the film Hero Boy and Hero Girl just chill at while they descend vertically in a 1,000-foot drop. I also included the front headlight, the bell, and some smokestacks, one of which is actually emitting smoke. I have been saving my ice cream pieces for a long time, and I'm so happy I was finally able to use them here. As you may have noticed, there is actually some writing on the side of the train. And don't make fun of me, please, but it took me way too long to figure out that the numbers 12 and 25 mean Christmas. I was super excited to be able to include these numbers, and the way I did it was by using a snot technique. There's one more part of the Locomotive that I'd like to show you guys, and that is the interior. There's a couple of chairs, the furnace in which coal is inserted, and a bunch of bits and bobs and doodads and gizmos, including a wheel and a crowbar. Honestly, I'm really happy with how the interior turned out. You can enter the interior through this gaping hole in the wall, which is actually in the movie. The Polar Express is very unsafe. Santa should be ashamed of himself, sending children on this very dangerous vehicle to the North Pole. I thought he was supposed to be nice and give out presents. I honestly don't really have that much to say about the coal car. I made a box, filled it up with black studs, and then attached it to some wheels. I'm actually really proud of the wheels. I used these Technic pieces and attached some light gray contraptions on the end, and I think they turned out pretty realistic. Now, let's talk about the passenger car. For this bad boy, I used the same wheel design as with the coal car, but I had exactly one wheel missing, which was very frustrating. As a replacement, I used a different Technic piece, which looks pretty similar. For the windows of the compartment, I built up these long individual sections and fit them in snugly. Technically, the windows should be transparent, like most windows are, but I wanted to make them yellow to indicate the glow coming from inside. The roof is detachable and reveals the inside of the passenger car. There's two doors and a little hallway on one side where the kids can move from one compartment to the next, and taking up the majority of the space are 10 seats filled to the brim with 3 children. All the other ones stayed home, and they didn't want to come. Anyways, that was the whole train. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Once again, make sure to go check out all the other parts to the collab down below in the description. Happy holidays. I hope you all have an amazing Christmas. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.